right now, I'm seeing some weakness here and potential double top forming here in S and also on SPX, which has been the most, the highest performer of all this season. But now it's maybe making a correction. So I'm putting a short here. I still want to be aware of the New York session was just open. So I wanted to do this experiment with you guys. So what we'll do is we'll still wait for, if these shorts are not working and this is hitting all-time highs, like if it's breaking this high, I just go ahead and close my shorts. Same goes for Bitcoin, right? This is strong. This is The thing is here is that this made a super high on the London session at 107 259, and now it's kind of consolidating. I cannot say it's breaking down, but it is making some massive moves down, but it's finding support at the 106 and 5. So this is undecided yet. I'm kind of leaning short just because we've done here a massive move from 104, and I don't believe we've seen the short of the consolidation, where you cannot even see with this sessions on the daily. So I believe we are going to retest the 100K area at least once again, but that's just a thesis, right? Anything can happen. This can consolidate like this, and then break out all-time highs. Never see 100K again. It can happen. But you see how the SMA is, the moving average is curving down a bit, and this is forming some fair value gaps to the downside over here. So that is my thesis for thinking that we might head lower for the day. Not to mention that we might want to find at least a higher low, like a higher low to long. I would not be entering along right over here. That's what I did on the previous session. Obviously, it didn't pan out. So now let's keep track of the New York session, right? This is our open. So far, this has been our we've been up mainly for the few minutes, but we're gonna give it 30 minutes, guys, to decide our bias for today. If this is going to break this time right away, then we're probably going long. But remember, guys, New York session brings a lot of volatility, and it generally brings in a lot of brings in a fake move precisely because so many traders are looking at this area at this time of the day. So I'm thinking that we might head lower here. I'm not thinking that we're going to like break, find new lows, and find a bottom. This is just going to be like a short, probably a short pullback, especially because we're shorting like some of the strongest assets. Like not S hasn't been strong, hasn't been that strong, although it's broken it's trying to find support here. But SPX has been super strong. I mean, it's tending to go parabolic, but it's curving down here. So I'm thinking that we might head down for a bit, or even a quick smackdown for a higher low. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if this plays out. Currently, I'm short, down $30, and we're looking at the Nasdaq for the next 30 minutes. Now, this is something that I noticed that it's probably might probably invalidate the my short theory for the but we'll see if this is not a fake out, right? What I posted right now, like a few minutes ago, is that you'll see that Bitcoin dominance here is looking a bit exhausted here, right? You see, it was making a pattern. Is it tried to break out, but it's now coming back down this pattern, breaking through this 64.47. So that makes me think that if we come test this low again, this 64, and we break, that will be the beginning of our season. And at the same time, we're seeing this this resistance at the $85 billion on total three kind of breaking out. So if this holds, we might be seeing a huge alt season kicking off soon, right? But we still want to see if we can create a higher low here in Bitcoin, which would give us a short entry. See now a bit in profit for SPX, maybe in profits. Again, we're looking for this to just be a short pullback, and maybe in coincidence with the sometimes the false move that New York likes to put down. You see, we're trying to see if this is going to be one of those false moves. So yeah, again, you see, it's kind of breaking down. So this is going to be probably the high, but because we're in 15 minutes, right? Remember this. This is a 15-minute rule. We still haven't marked the high. Maybe this is the high, but maybe if we zoom back above, then that's not going to be the high for the 15 minutes. Anyway, guys, this is a great technique. This is a great strategy. The orb, the opening range breakout, because it kind of gives us a bias for the day, right? So let's see if this wants to break down from this initial orb. That'll give us a bit of a feeling for BTC as well. You see, BTC is also breaking down of its range. Let's turn on the sessions here. Let's turn off this fair value gaps. Although I was looking at this bearish fair value gap, which gave me the idea of going short. They do not always work, they pile up on top of each other, so it's not like the most like it's a good indicator for entries. Okay, if you have a bias already, then fair value gaps can give you a nice entry like this one. But now let's see what we want to do here is we want to see that we break this market structure to the downside. Right now this market structure is around here. So if we are starting to break this 106 500 to the downside, we might see some change of character in this kind of curve down for a while. If we hold this, then my idea will be wrong and my trades will lose money. That's what happens when your idea is wrong. So let's see what happens, guys. Right now, we are testing this resistance again. We're not looking that strong, but we still have 6 minutes to go. Let's see how my trades are going here. Okay, so they're playing out. SPX is playing out to the downside. The short is I wouldn't say it's printing, but it's starting to work. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if we can get a further push. Every one of these points, guys, can act as support. And remember, when we're in such a big uptrend, what we're doing now is we're taking a counter trend move. So we want to keep them short and to the point. We're not just these are not the kind of moves that you want to just let them run and see what happens. These are the moves that you want to capitalize on them, see where the market's taking you. If you can profit off them, then great. If not, then you cut them loose, right? So good. This is working now. Let's see how far it takes us. We're already $100 in profit. So the idea here is for us to get a decent correction here on Bitcoin. This is not a decent correction. See, we just here broke market structure. You can see it here in the MSB. Another indicator that might be useful for you guys is the MSB tiny. It shows you where market structure breaks. We had one right here, and then it structure you, and then it shows you the order block that initiated that break. So that would be, you see how this market structure breaks, and then this bearish order block will be the place where you take a short, and it works beautiful. But it's you need to be in the market and checking them out for them to grab that spot. When we are in the middle of the move, we need to be more cautious here. So let's say that this is now the market that is in question. Let's see what the New York sessions has for us. Okay, so this candle is looking like there are a lot of buying. A lot of buyers are in here. You see, on the 5 minute, but we have not yet closed above. So this might still be a down candle, guys. See how this is going? This could be considered a John Wick candle in 5 minutes, but in order for it to confirm, this needs to be trading above this 22,000 level on the NASDAQ. And for Bitcoin, that would mean we would break the 106,700. Not looking like that at the moment. It's looking like the, the likelihood of this being eliminated and trading down right now is higher. We can see by the shorts that are playing out. And now we're going to see where we find support. Okay, so these two short-term profits, again, I'm short SPX and I'm short S Phantom. This tried to break this support at 35 cents, but couldn't quite manage to do that. If you want to look at it as a SFE swing failure pattern, you can see that we tried here once, we tried here again, and it didn't break. I would even put this, if you want to respect these weeks, we could say 34.92 and change. This is where we're starting to find resistance. So if this resistance is to hold, which also coincides with this huge resistance over here, then what we want to see is we want to see a retracement at least to this 33 level. We'll see if that plays out. Okay. So we're about to finish that first initial candle on the NASDAQ. And we're going to mark the low and the high, right? Remember, this is a 15-minute candle we wanted to look at. This is price action, different strategy than everything that I've traded before. I used to go for pattern breakouts, recognizing falling wedges and ascending triangles and descending triangles. It hasn't really worked on a longer time basis. ICT is good. It's a bit complex to nail down, and I think it works much better for swing trading. And this is something that I'm trying for day trading. I've seen a lot of people get success with it. Obviously, this is something that works much better in the traditional markets. Crypto has its own kind of life cycle, but as you can see, we're finding some support here. We're a minute away from this candle marking what it wants to do. So we're seeing buyers coming here, coming here. So if this is going to be, we have 1 minute 30. If this is going to be the low, we're going to wait for the next candle to see where the market's going. Now remember, guys, we're ignoring right now all this price action, right? We've been bullish, bullish, bullish ever since like yesterday Asia session. So Asia's been bullish, London's been bullish. Are we gonna get a smackdown by New York? Let's see. This is my, I've been trading with these sessions for like 3 weeks, so don't, it's not something I can claim expertise on, but I'm willing to try all strategies for as long as they remain profitable. Um, right so far, this has had a good ratio, but not something impeccable, especially because sometimes crypto goes berserk and has nothing to do with the stock market. Okay, so I think we're about to nail the range, guys. We're about to close this candle. We're gonna mark it, the high, the low of the New York session. We're entering a new candle on the 5 second. Right now it's leaning a bit bullish, but still not confirmed. If we're starting to make significant support here and not wanting to break this down, then this might be a sign that we're not heading down and that we're going to find support here. If that's the case, we don't mind flipping long. Remember, we're not going down with the ship, guys, and we're not going down with the idea. I've released the concept of trying to be right so that I can make money in the market. And that's what I suggest you do too. All right, new candle, 50 minutes. We got our orb starting to hit a bit down, but Bitcoin's finding support. So that's gonna be interesting. Let's see. Let's put the two candles together. So we have the high of the initial range, the low of that 15-minute range, and now we are going to determine our entries based on the breakout or breakdown of this initial range, right? So we're now down to the 5 minutes. We've seen some support come in here, and we'll just see what the Nasdaq's doing, right? See what it has to say. Undecided. Uh, Essentially, as long as we're inside the orb, we don't. It's a no trade zone. I know that I'm already in positions, but according to the orb close, I'm willing to either like let them run or close them. Right now, SPX is working. S is like on the verge. So let's see. Remember, guys, like this move, I went short here and closed it here, but I could have flipped long. That would have been a great move. But until here, remember, this has been like S has been terrible, terrible. I also have a spot bag, but look at this, man. It's like, let me clean it up for you. Look, it's in down only ever since February. But this is key support, like 3 cents key support. You see, it smacked down here and did almost a 3 or 4x here. So we want to see this hold, guys. We don't want to see this being lost. Right now, resistance at 35 cents. We want to see this because we're short. We want to see the loose support at 34, 35, which would give us most likely a retracement all the way to this breakdown here around 33. And then we'll analyze what's up from there. All right. We're here. All right. You see, it looks like NASDAQ wants to break down and maybe correct all the moves from Asia and London. It can do that. Remember, New York has most of the firepower. So you see that these are like nice trending, and then New York comes and kind of shakes up all the plate. You can see it on the volume chart as well, right? So if you focus on the volume part here, see that right before pre-market and after market, you see a significant rise in volume, and that is no coincidence, guys. Wall Street are the big guns, and they dictate a lot of what today we're seeing. Because this session starts here in Israel at 4 and ends at like midnight. It's not the most comfortable to trade, but we're gonna do it anyways. All right, so it looks like we're going to break down, but this can also be a fake down. So we need to give it time, and we need to see if this is a decisive breakdown. Same with Bitcoin, right? It looks like it wants to break this support here. It's 500, but until it does, with significant volume, this can also be a strong support too. You see, bouncing here, bouncing here, bouncing here. So that's the decision part, guys. New 5 minute candle in. All right. Let's see where this heads to. Nasdaq, where do you want us to go today? We got new 5 minutes and 10 minutes towards the new 15-minute close. We see where it closed. If we close below this is going to strengthen the fact that our shorts might play out. Again, this this Bitcoin dominance, if it's still trading lower, I'm gonna raise this because this is kind of invalidated. If this keeps below this line, we're good in terms of your altcoins because we're breaking down. But if this starts to find support again here, then beware, because that means Bitcoin start climbing. At this market climate, given the bull run, Bitcoin dominance going up most likely means one of two things. Either Bitcoin is going to break all-time highs and that's gonna suck out the air out of the room, or this is going to be just a, a super dump. All right, so Nasdaq's finding defense. Bitcoin's still struggling. Nothing's decided yet because we're inside the orb. Remember, so we're not making the decision yet. But I hope the shorts are working. Yeah, S is undecided. SPX is working. Remember, guys, if we start finding support again here, I'm just gonna go ahead and close this. Although I'd like to see a push down. Yeah, if we break this orb, I'm gonna potentially look for another short to enter if this closes below this 106. So we want to start eyeing which coins we want to short for that time. So we want to one of two of three parameters, guys. Either a very weak coin, for example, we're seeing Move is right now breaking down. Now Move has the irony is that Move just doesn't move. Like it has barely some volume, but we see that it's trying to break the resistance here. So we might get a significant move down, and Grass is also kind of barely holding on to its this support. However, I think Grass is more has a bit more of a case for a support being made here, whereas yeah, Jito also has been super strong. So I'd rather not short the stronger ones, but let's try to go for this move short. Yeah, you see, we're not decided yet. We might be finding this as support, so still handing loose. You see, it's not closing your support, support, support. We'll let this candle close. We got another candle on the Nasdaq to go. Still inside the orb. No trade to make. Bitcoin still undecided. Uh, so I'm gonna go ahead, guys, and preempt this short move here with a very tight stop loss above this 50. And yeah, I'm just going to enter the short on move here. Let's hope it works. Nothing's guaranteed. But if Bitcoin does break here, we might head lower to find most likely a higher low. Like I'm not can't be bearish can't be bearish long term here, guys. Not with this chart, not on Bitcoin, not with this price action. Like makes no sense to be bearish, right? But what we are looking at is we're looking at a very volatile part of the move because anytime we can break to all-time highs, but at the same time, uh, we've been just up only, and there can we can also enter a time of downward section. All right, so right here at support, let's turn on the sessions back in New York. Okay, mi amor. All right, let's go to the Nasdaq. You see, it's starting to break down, but not guaranteed. We still got 4 minutes to go. This is not closed, hasn't closed below yet. Will it bounce? Is this a fake move? What do you guys think? Let me know if you're with me. Okay, so the order for move is in. I really will not want to go, will not want to see it go past this 154. So it just makes a mega pump. We're out. Okay, SPX correcting properly. That's good. We're gonna start looking for some potential take profit zones for SPX. I'm looking at this white line for the first candidate where I would offload half of the position and move my stop to entry. Looking good. S is undecided, and move is moving against us a bit. But again, guys, if Bitcoin breaks out of this 15 minute, we might see a rough move here. Why is this marked down? I think this was the London session one. Let's remove the noise. Let's just make it easier for visuals here. We got a major high, London session 107, and major support, yesterday's high. We're bouncing in between. We have 2 minutes to go for this candle. Again, guys, this is a strategy that works very well in the stock market, and we're trying it in crypto and Bitcoin and altcoins. So uh, I'm building on it right now. Looks like we're getting this pushed down. Now, remember also, guys, the first hour can all be a fake move, like to the downside, to get trap some short sellers, like right now I am, and then price of like then pump the price to all time highs. All right, we're getting the breakdown. Good. Nasdaq breaking down with 2 minutes to go. This is good. It's good for the shorts. Let's see how it works. All right. So we see the breakdown. We still want to see the close below the orb. Will we get it? 1 minute 30, guys. Is this a fake breakdown? So you see, Nasdaq's breaking down the orb, and Bitcoin's holding. So this is not a one-to-one, guys. This is not a one-to-one. We're building on the correlation of crypto and the stock market. But Bitcoin has, it's a beast of its own. And the thing is, the total crypto market's not a beast of its own, right? Most of altcoins are generally seen as a technology play, right? All built on blockchain, decentralization, and layer ones, financial rails. So it has more of technological layer, but is fueled by Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a bit beast of its own. It can be seen as a high risk beta play, but it's also a safe haven asset, digital gold, store of value, world reserve asset, however you want to see it, it's just a beast of its own, right? And that's why everyone's trying to accumulate more. So we see the volume increasing. That kind of confirms the move. We have 20 seconds to go, almost confirming this move for the breakdown of this orb, making this short even more likely. All right, so the S short is playing out, move is undecided, and SPX is sort of working in profit. All right, let's see how far down we go on the Nasdaq. So now we're going to see if this move was fake. We closed below the orb, so essentially we're going short. If we were to be shorting the Nasdaq, this would be it. This would be our entry. Ah, see? Maybe a fake move. We're inside the orb again. This might have been a fake move. So we want to keep an eye on Bitcoin. If this overcomes the orb and closes above, then this is going to have been the fake move, and the buy is going to be bullish. You see? Wow, the bulls are in control. So is Bitcoin. So I'm going to go ahead and close this shorts, attending to this to my analysis. Slight profit, nothing to boast about, but we're gonna see if we close above this to look for longs. I'm still not yet sold on longs. This is might be just a grab of liquidity. Woo! Look at the Nasdaq, man. False move to the downside, and now boom. So all shorts here are gonna getting wrecked. But if you wanted to get long, you'd wait for a retest of here. All right, so I'm gonna check in with some potential longs if we break this downtrend. But as you can hear, my son is calling me, guys. We don't have the school system open because of the missiles of the Ayatollah. You see how this is breaking out here? This can very easily be a fake out, right? And we can still move down. And I've been I've lost my shorts, but maybe but look at total is still holding up. So we'll see. Nah, look at this bullish candle, man. Nasdaq wants to rage on. So I'm gonna look for longs now. Let's see who are the best candidates. Okay, are we ready to flip long on SPX? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'd like to see. We want to wait for confirmation on this candle, guys. You see, because this can be also just like a fake retest, and then we can head down. So I'm gonna wait for the 15-minute orb on Bitcoin. We're 12 minutes away. You see, we're still not sure. This can still easily break down. So this is my technique, guys. When if I am bullish, I want to look for tokens that are outperforming Bitcoin. You see, Bitcoin's here. If I am bearish, which we will be right now if we don't manage to break out of this in this candle, then we want to look for tokens that are underperforming. So I just switch the graph and see who's above this. Okay, I see that Doge is underperforming, Bitcoin, Ton is underperforming. So that this would be my candidates, my immediate candidates for short positions. While if I would want to be bullish, I have a whole plethora of tokens I can be bullish on, right? Including Ethereum, including, all right, Celestia. Want to break this out. So my next decision is coming up. I closed my shorts due to this candle. Maybe it was faked out, and we are still gonna head on lower. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is retracing as well, but still, it's about to close. ¿Qué pasó, mi amor? All right, guys. I'm gonna update you guys with my new position soon, but I did want to update you on my change and try to run this new strategy with you. All right, this is about to make a decision, guys, and it's not wanting to break out. You see, most likely going to break down. We'll know in 10 minutes. Maybe shorts would have played out. Let's see. hmm I don't know, guys. I'm not comfortable shorting here after the moves that I'm seeing in the stock market. I'm not comfortable shorting here. Essentially, your entry point for longs on the Nasdaq would be right above here, right in this entry point. So probably, if we don't break down decisively, I'm gonna flip my bias and start looking for longs. All right, guys, I will update you soon according to my call, and yeah, let's see how this strategy works out. Right now we're in slight profit, nothing to boast about, but we want to get that certificate approved today so we can start making some real payouts. Yeah, you see, I'm this looks kind of iffy, the support line, just as a bare analysis. Whereas this, yeah, you see that this kind of drop, this can be another move for this type of drop towards 100K again. You see, we're starting to break down here, guys. Not closed. This is still support. Breakdown of this would cause me to go look for shorts. Center short here on. Okay, try to enter short here in Trump. It's not looking like it wants to break out. Do this here. Yeah, it looks like it's breaking down. It might as well just be a fake move as well, and it doesn't coincide with the Nasdaq going up. So not too comfortable here, guys. Taking short positions. Think, think this might be just a fake move to the downside. And I'm gonna give it a very tight stop here. We're risking $40 here. That's all I'm willing to give to the short thesis around here. Not close below. Nasdaq is about to close above, so you got 6 minutes to go for this candle, and 6 minutes to go for this one. Bitcoin's looking worse than the Nasdaq, so we don't know, guys. We don't know. What do you guys think? Might start looking for more shorts. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna add a short here on our weave. Mhm. We're starting to close below, guys. Mhm. You see, this was most likely a fake out to the upside. So yeah, this faked me out of my shorts successfully. So now I'm looking to maybe re-enter. But the SPX short is not my best because it's a very high performing coin. I'm trying to look for weakness here if we are going to short. So are we? We'll see. Still making good support. If this looks like a John Wick candle by the close, then I'll start looking for longs. This is a big range, guys. You see, up and down. That's not quite the same. But the idea is, if the stock market is bullish, there's no reason why we should be bearish, right? And again, this can be a fake move to the downside, then a fake move to the upside. Then we can re-enter the orb, and if we break down, that'll be a correction, and we'll probably expecting some very bad news over here. All right. So we're finding here this is support. Maybe this was a fake out to the downside. And that is why it's important to let this candle just close and decide. If it starts to close above 170, 106,740, still looking for short for longs. If it closes below 76,550, it's going to be my signal to start looking for shorts. Now, guys, this is very tight range, guys. Remember, this is not very significant on the long scheme of things. We'll see. Yeah, I think we're gonna favor the bulls over here, most likely. If so, we're gonna find some strong coins, right? Like A16Z looking strong. Total 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 three hanging above this 8850. Bitcoin dominance breaking down. If we close above this, I'm gonna start looking for those long position guys. 3 minutes to go. What do you guys think? Yeah, look, stock market's still bullish for today. All coins are looking very bullish if we manage to break out this. Coincides with Bitcoin dominance going down. And all that we need to have is a confirmation in 2 minutes of this breakout. If this breaks out convincingly, I'm out of shorts and into longs. 2 minutes. If you've been with me, just send me a message or a like if you appreciate this. If you're trading it as well, let me know. 2 minutes. ¿Qué pasó, chiquito? ¿No está Emma? ¿No tienes pila o
No,
qué?
está Emma, está Emma.
¿No tienes pila?
No.
Oye, ¿no te quieres llevar a Mikey?
Mikey, ¿te gusta la foto de Emma?
Yeah,
Mikey, ¿te gusta
about to close above, guys. Look at this pattern, man. Fake out to downside, maybe swing failure pattern to the downside, trying to break below this, not managing to break out. And this is most likely going to be very bullish if we do. So the magic of this technique is that we can get a bias for the next trade within 1 hour of the market starting, guys. And that is something super powerful. It's not easy to get a daily bias right, especially when we're chopping, like when we have a clear trend.
Não, bora, eu vou te ter.
1 minute.
Eu me chutei.
Okay.
Mikey, eu me chutei.
I think my short on Trump was a bit preemptive.
Bye, Mikey.
Good thing we have a short stop loss, tight stop loss. Yeah. This is looking to go up. And we're gonna give it, yeah, so it's closing, guys. 30 seconds. You see? Dun, 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 dun. All right. We're gonna go punt some longs. Let's see. I'm gonna close this one. Should we flip long on Trump? I don't know, guys. This is like very iffy. Not sure. I'm gonna keep my stop loss where it is. It's not a big loss in case it breaks out. And we're gonna start looking for some longs with the rest of the capital. Let's see. XRP. What's going on there? Oh, virtuals. We like virtuals. Right. And if virtual is going to make a pump, we know that AXBT is most likely going to as well. Okay, so we got stopped out here looking for longs. Going for AIXBT for one long. Uh, let's see if we get an entry. We got it in. AXBT guy, I see AXBT as a proxy, as a high beta for virtual. So remember, we're looking for volatility. If virtual pumps, we expect AXBT to do the same. Other good AI coins is A16Z, although it's already pumped 8%. So I don't know if we want to chase this. Although breaking above 2 would be very positive for it. Hmm, not sure. Not sure. What do you guys think? Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what the risk to reward ratio and if it's within our parameters. Remember, guys, we're not risking more than 1% of the portfolio. So if a stop loss below 1871, 1870 gives us more than, yeah, almost $200. So we're not doing it, guys. Even though we could be just shooting ourselves in the foot. But this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to look now for longs. This closed above the orb. So as long as this doesn't close again below and fakes us out now to the downside, our bias for today is bullish. Now let's see what else is looking strong. How about Ethereum? Where's ETH? Yeah, it's ETH's looking to break out. You see this wick? This is probably a good entry on ETH. Buy 10 Ethereum over here and 20. And let's go. All right. Our stop loss here on ETH. We're going to make it go right below this 100, 600. What is 202? A bit overextended for what we'd like. We're going to tighten it here a bit so that it's 1.5% portfolio. And then for AXBT, we're going to adjust it here. We don't want to see it go below 165, 1765, which is also kind of 1.5%. So that's the risk, guys. This is the reward. We are bullish for the day. We're entering longs, hoping that this was the low for the day. This can very easily come fake me out to the downside and then run. Does that a lot. It can happen. Ethereum looking good. We're going long ETH as a bit high beta on Bitcoin, betting that total 3 keeps away, that we break down on dominance, and Bitcoin gives us a bit of breathing room and can hold its own above 105 for the day. Getting confirmation from the Nasdaq, which is charging higher, and yeah, looking bullish, guys. You see, it's Ethereum's trying to already break out. It's trying to make a power move. ETH looking strong. So, guys, we're long. To be perfectly honest, I'm always more comfortable going long than short. I'm kind of babysitting my shorts, whereas longs are I tend to be a bit more comfy and want to let them run longer. Let's see. Let's hope that this works out. Long ETH, long AIXBT, up 3%. Had a quick spike to the downside. Got in here. Now I don't have a chart. Um, we're looking good, guys. This is a level to hold. 106,500 for the day. These are level to hold on the Nasdaq, the orb. If we would retest here without breaking strongly below, that will be another entry. And as long as we're above 50 billion in total market cap, I think we might get a get a chance to try to break down this forever pattern in Bitcoin and try to make a slide out run. All right, giving us some a bit of heartache here. We'll see. We'll see. XBT 165. We want this to work as a low. If it doesn't, we're cooked. Looking for ETH to hold its own above this recent high of 200, 2,603. Like this would be the better short. But this actually was your entry, guys. This was a good entry. We're probably not gonna get this throwback to 500 unless we start dumping from here, which might happen. Let's see. Was this a fake out? What do you guys think? We'll see in 3 minutes. Hmm. I don't know, guys. It's still looking okay. Remember, we're bearish coming in, but as we saw this candle and strong price action signaling buyers coming in at this level, we flip bullish. And now we're going to see if our bet plays out. We're going to see this hold, guys. 2 weeks ago, how long I've been streaming? Oh my God. 1 hour. Okay, guys. Gotta have to go now. Gotta tend to my kids. Wait. Wait. No. Hold. Hold the line. Bitcoin. Yes. Wanna hold this line. We wanna hold this line. Currently in a slight loss. Damn, this is a bit of tension, huh? This could break out in time. Ethereum looks very strong, like it wants to break out. Probably it signals all other altcoins as well. There are probably a lot of them waiting for ETH. This is a good bottoming pattern as well. You see, this is held once, faked out once to the downside, and now it's holding again. So there's no guarantees, but looks like this would be trying to form a pattern. We want to see it break above 1,800 to confirm. All right, what's the focus? Focus today is on Ethereum, guys. Ethereum needs to be the next major runner up to 3,000. Okay, well, so we're in a slight profit already. Yes, you see, Bitcoin's holding above this neckline, holding its support. We're going to see it overcome this orb strategy, and if we do, we're off to the races. All right, guys, kids want some attention. See you soon. Send me a like. Send us your prayers. I love you guys. See you soon. Bye. All right, it's working. Okay, 20 seconds. Let's give this 20 seconds to confirm. If we break above this, or in 20 seconds at least, we do still see this high buying pressure. I'm gonna be much more confident with the longs and telling you guys that maybe long side is the side to play. Yeah, so we're closing in 0 seconds above the orb. If you haven't been long, this is your signal. You can re-entry here, but this is most likely going to take off in about 3, 2, 1, and boom, we're off. Right, guys? Happy signal. Wish us luck. Manage your risk. Trade well, my friends.